Hello Libra, welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So Libra, we are delving into, well, my mucked up Rider-Waite Tarot deck because I got all sorts of information that I've collected in the last few months on here, going through different astrology and tarot book and astrology/tarot books. And just going into deeper meanings of the cards. Some of them I knew and kind of forgot about, and some of them were a little bit new to me, and just some planetary energies as well, which is really interesting. So we're going to do that. We're going to do it with the Celtic cross spread, and then this is the fun part. It's been a while since I brought this out. Well, not this week, because I've been using it this week, but my Cartomancy deck. So it's my playing card deck, and like the other deck, I've written all over it. So these have like my fingerprints and my mucking about. I own these, man. I've written on them. These are mine. They're all mine. I feel like, who was it from? My Precious. the Lord of the Rings. Gollum. These are mine, my precious. Okay, sorry. So, Libra. If you've never been to my channel before, welcome. Please don't go away so quickly. And if you have been here before, well, you know what to expect. So, Libra, we're going to start with the Celtic cross, and I am going to warn you that the Taromancy, that's what I'll call it, because I'm doing tarot and Cartomancy, my Taromancy. The Taromancy reading can be really particular, really specific, so it may or may not resonate for you. Although people are going, wow, this is like really resonating. But maybe the people who it's not are just going somewhere else, I don't know. But having said that, so it may or may not resonate. It is a general reading. If it does resonate for you, there is an extended, and the link to that is at the top of the description within this video. So Libra, my Libras. I'm hearing Libra. Isn't that, I won't take any flying cards because with the Celtic cross, I like to be really specific that they're going in the right spot. Isn't that French for book? Interesting. Why do I don't know why that's coming into my head right now? Where do you go? Maybe you should be looking into a book. All right, fine, I'll look at it, but I'm not. What the hell you got? Do you really want this? You got the Nine of Swords, the Tower, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man. But you know what? No, I don't know. Like the Nine of Swords, the Tower, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man are reversed. I don't know what you're doing. Something dramatic could be going on for you. And you don't want to look at it in a new light anymore. You'd start almost kind of like digging your heels in about something. I don't know what you're digging your heels in about, Libra. Okay, can we try it again? 3 minutes in, Libra. Come on. Don't come out. You're being so saucy. These cards being really saucy with you in your energy right now. That's it. Good cards. Okay. Right now, oh, look, right now, the Two of Cups, man, you got it flowing. You are the flow. You're in the flow. You're connecting with the right people. You're feeling it. Oh, it feels good. Okay, wait, everything starts off really good until we get in the Cartomancy. See where this goes. Okay, your challenge, though, is the Ace of Swords, communication, mental enlightenment. You're really in the cups, right? Like you're really in kind of your emotional happiness, bliss, pure love, sweetheart, soulmate, partnership energy. Your challenge is thinking clearly, maybe. Your focus is the Emperor. Leads with the head, not the heart. Oh, interesting. There's 2 ways I could see this coming out. See what's so interesting about this? I love the way I have like some of these things written down. Leads with the head, not the heart. Leadership, rigid. Like these are things that I know about the Emperor, but I've kind of forgotten about those. So these have added new kind of new phrases and meanings to my repertoire of reading again, which is kind of, it's refreshing, right? Sometimes I feel like I'm saying the same shit over and over again to you guys. So it's nice to change that. And I see how this is connecting because your focus is, I think, trying to bring in the love. You're trying to bring in the love. You're trying to bring in the flow, the emotion. If you're trying to lead something here, I don't know that maybe you're distracted by something. Your focus is the Emperor. I mean, it could be someone, or it could be a position that you have, or a state of mind that you're in. It's hard to imagine that it's a state that you're in unless you're fighting some sort of distraction here. Because you're the Two of Cups. You're the Two of Cups. So, and your challenge is, I feel like mental clarity, speaking, thought. These are all the things coming up with the Ace of Swords. So there could be, you could be distracted. In the past, oh, look, the King of Swords. Where's the love, baby? I don't know. You got it right now. There we have authoritative ruler. Solid, logic, aggressive, firm, friend, or vengeful enemy. Seeing the big picture. Overturn old ways for the new. I just want to say, I think you were not in your feels in the past. You were trying to be very logical. You were perhaps trying to change old ways and make new patterns. Your strength is the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, isn't that funny? It was in the reverse when those cards flew out. The Ace of Pentacles. I don't typically read reverses, but sometimes I'm just told, no, don't change the cards around. Read it like that. But, so it's kind of saying your strength is a new beginning here. Maybe it's a new opportunity. There is a new physical opportunity for you somewhere happening. Future, Four of Pentacles, protection against an uncertain future. You know, you seem kind of stubborn in the future. Oh, Aquarius. What's going on here? Aquarius. Why did I say that? Well, there is a bit of Aquarian energy here with the King of Swords. That's odd. Okay, so I'm being told, well, look at Aquarius and look at what you just pulled out. So I'm seeing like, I'm going again to the overturn old ways for new on the King of Swords in the past. And then I'm looking at this in the future with the Four of Pentacles, protecting against an uncertain future. So it does feel like something been overturned from the past and you're going into the future, but you're being protective about it. You're protecting yourself, you're protecting your resources, you're protecting your stability. Because the past was uncertain. Your guidance is the Five of Swords, disparity between winners and losers. Venus and Aquarius. Look at how this Aquarian energy is coming in here. This is really fascinating. Lots of air energy for you, Libra. It's just not your typical energy. I kind of feel that. You're not really in your energy. What's going on? Okay, so... Oh, sorry, I didn't really clarify that. Your guidance here is that some things are meant to be lost and some things are meant to win, meant to be won. So in terms of the Five of Swords as being your guidance, is cut your losses and do something. Need to know. The Six of Cups. Was the past perfect? Friendship, connection, reunions, childhood memories, reconciliation after an insult. That's there. It's one of the catchphrases in one of the books I got. This is just things that I really liked in the books that I was reading about these characters. It doesn't necessarily have to be an insult. It could be some kind of misunderstanding. What you need to know, though, I think you need to ask yourself, was the past perfect? But I feel like you don't think it was. I do feel like in the past you were trying to, in the past, you were trying to move beyond the past. So the past, right? Like, but you've moved past that into your future. You're going there into the future. Right now, you're the Two of Cups. I feel like right now you're feeling a little bit dreamy. You're feeling a little bit dreamy and hopeful. I want to say, okay, with this, what you need to know about the Six of Cups and kind of the questions that it's asking us here, you know, was the past perfect? That's a question to ask, you know, and if you realize, you know, no, it wasn't perfect, Cindy, well, take a look at why it wasn't perfect and own up to it too. Don't just look at everyone else in the situations, because you need to grow and evolve as well. So by looking at how you played out in your past and how, you know, maybe you made certain choices based on certain beliefs around yourself that others had sort of created, or you accepted it and went, oh yeah, okay, I guess I should be that kind of person, or I get, oh yeah, okay, I guess, yeah, well, everyone else wants that. It seems like a big thing to want. That's easy enough to get. Okay. Like, you know, like these are the kind of things that can start to kind of pile onto us as we as we grow and develop. So look at that. Why wasn't the past perfect? What you need to know. I think there's something hidden there for you to discover within yourself. And this is the time to do it if you're in the Two of Cups, because you are in that soulmate, sweetheart, childhood energy, which is kind of that Six of Cups. You're in there, you're looking at it. Perhaps the challenge is trying to find the truth in all of that. What really defines a soulmate? What really defines the flow that I will feel naturally in? What is pure love? Is there such a thing as pure love? Like, this seems like some interesting question that you're asking yourself. Okay. Hopes and fears. The Two of Swords. A choice between two paths. Intuition is the way to decide. The Moon in Libra. There you go. The Moon in Libra with the Two of Swords. A choice between two paths. It cannot be, wow, it cannot be measured. Look at how she has both her hands here in the Libra card. And then the Two of Swords crossed exactly. It's mimicking that energy. Look at it. Your hopes and your fears are about making a decision, making the right decision, making the wrong decision. You got to use your intuition. You can't use your logic. And that's the challenge, because you're trying to use logic here to find this answer. The heart communicates more with the mind than the mind communicates with the heart. So I don't know. So you would think, well, then doesn't my brain know what the heart is saying? I don't think so. Because I think the brain, and I think there's a big miscommunication between the two. Because I think that the, yeah. Well, for one thing, the heart is more mature. The heart has a deeper connection with your spiritual journey than your brain or your mind does. And I believe that also because just of the biological fact that in fetal development, sorry, I'm just stumbling on stuff in my mouth. I'm having problems with my D's. The fetal development, the heart is the first organ that is there and is working all on its own. There's no brain there. It has its own neurons. It has its own system of communicating, but it's not like the brain. It's a completely different type of matter that functions in a different way. But yet your heart was the first thing there to create the vessel, create the rhythm for your soul, the vessel for your soul. I'm saying all this and going, you should really listen to this, Cindy. This is what being a conduit is like. Because this is fascinating, right? It's just like, open it up and let it come out. But yeah, so now I had to pause and think about how interesting that was. And I wrecked the conduit. People say to me, can't you talk slower? Can't you do this? You can't interrupt the flow, the channeling. Even myself, if I try to do that, I have to remember that I got to come back and watch the reading, because I'm going to forget it after I do it. But see, I pulled myself out. I don't like that. Okay, let's get back into it. So your heart is the strongest communicator, but I don't believe that your brain hears everything that your heart says. I don't. And I think sometimes your brain talks to your heart and your heart tells it to fuck off. I really do. Okay, so the outcome. The outcome is Capricorn and Saturn. Pleasure and pain. Physical imprisonment. Well, that's interesting. Oh, God. None of you are going to jail, though. I don't feel that. I want to say that. No. Lust, greed, and power. Why is that coming up? Maybe you're not getting the message. I don't know. I just kind of feel like the mind is the source of this. The mind can be the element that takes you towards that destination. Because it's a belief in things. The heart is pure as long as the brain isn't messing it up so much. Oh, look at that. Isn't that nice? At the bottom you have the 10 of Cups. Happy home life, emotional satisfaction, Mars and Pisces, fire and water. I still have to pull out the Cartomancy. You think the message is in your face now? Wait till we get into that. Yeah. Oh yeah, I wanted to say this pleasure and pain thing. I was experiencing that this morning when I was doing my stretches. I have one of these like a wheel. It's a little bit padded, and I lay on it. Oh, and I stretch my back because it feels good to like arch your back. You think about it, like we're always like this. Like all of the muscles in our back are always working against gravity to stop us from doing this. Like if this is your face here, to stop you from hitting the ground, right? So like all of the muscles on the whole back of your body, they're always more overworked than the muscles in the front of your body. And then we all tend to do like kind of this too, like when we're sitting at tables with computers, we're all hunched over. So I do this like, just kind of crack and arch my back and just stretch it out and alleviate tension by going in a different direction. And I hit a couple of spots on either side, on the inner either side of my shoulder blades. And I was helping my mom a few days ago do some gardening. And I hit those muscles and it hurt and it felt so good. Oh, you know that feeling? Anyways, everything, you know, just like, oh, it hurts. It feels so good. That's what that devil reminded me of. The outcome. So, I don't know what the Cartomancy is going to say about that. The pleasure and the pain. The human experience is quite interesting. So right now, you have the Two of Cups. You're the Two of Cups, baby. You got the King of Diamonds. A powerful and successful businessman. Or maybe you got your eyes set on that. Maybe you are that. Well, it says now. Maybe you are that. It could be a businesswoman too, right? Like, I find the Cartomancy, every time I looked into it, it was very specific about gender. And I know, like, as most tarot readers, we try to flow through the energy. So it could be a businessman. Literally, it could be. Or it could be a businesswoman too. That's interesting. Okay, so what is your challenge? The Four of Hearts. A stable, secure, and committed romantic relationship. How do you find it? Where is it? Did you hear it? I kind of petered off in a bit of a laugh there. A stable, secure, and committed romantic relationship is your challenge with this Ace of Swords. See, I'm giggling because I'm a little immature. I'm an Aries. And because it's confirming what we've kind of talked about here. It's almost like you're exploring, what is this? Where's the key to success here? That's kind of what that feels like. Like, what's the key to success here? It can be like anything in life, where if it's something that you're not finding success in, you see all these other people have success in it. Well, what is it? Is it me? Is it just my journey in life? Is it lessons that I'm not figuring out? Is it just bad karma? Was I a really shitty person in the last couple of lives? I'm getting it this way. Like, it just kind of feels like you're going through some sort of in-depth exploration about connection. It doesn't even have to be romantic, Libra, at all. But just like the deeper connections you have with people. So your focus is the Emperor, right? The Five of Spades. Soon moving on and leaving behind what you know. A new job, a relocation, the end of your relationship. God, this has been the worst energy. I already talked about that. I did a channeled message on my other channel, which is the Spiritual Chrysalis that I put out there this morning. It's like it's a quick 10-minute video. And I was talking about how there is like this feeling of endings, closures, more toxic energies that are kind of trying to be forced to look at here, which is interesting to say that now that your outcome is the Devil. More toxic stuff that's asking you to look at it. And I know, like, some people will say, well, I've already done all my work. I'm woke. You are not woke until you exhaled your last breath on this planet and you're moving on to a new planet in an incarnation. Like, nobody's that woke. Nobody. There's always going to be a new level. Otherwise, what would be the point in life? Like, this is Earth school. This is not Earth vacation. Sometimes you get it, but most of the time it's not. And I'm getting the feeling here, like there's things closing off for you. Things ending. And kind of being left with questions. like bigger picture questions, more deeper questions about your own human experience. The past was the King of Swords. The Six of Pentacles, I'm sorry, I have such trouble with these. The Six of Clubs. Your intuition is on point. Trust it to receive great benefits. In the past, your intuition was on point. But were you listening to it? Because your hopes and your fears is, you know, the choices that you have to make. You've got to make a choice between two things here. And you're being told to go with your intuition. Think back about that. Was your intuition telling you something in the past? Okay. And you didn't follow it. Because it feels almost like you're looking back in your own history and trying to understand how it's created where you are now so that you can move forward into the future and not make those same mistakes. I kind of feel like your intuition was on point in the past, but you may not have listened to it. Trust it to receive great benefits. Because sometimes your intuition can be telling you to do something that seems really foolhardy or silly. I'm not going to recommend anyone do that because it's always your own choice. But, you know, you can do, you gotta, yeah. That story reminds me of my mom years and years ago. My mom was single for years, for a real long time, and out of her own choice, of course. She looked like Farrah Fawcett, and no, Jacqueline, what was the one? Jacqueline from the Charlie's Angels, remember, from like the 1970s? This is what my mom looked like. Really beautiful woman. But, you know, there was nothing interesting coming her way, so she's doing her own thing. And at one point, I remember, like, I was long left. I was living on my own, more in the city, working. And she said, you know what? I don't know why I go to work every day. Why do I go to work every day? I'm going to work every day at a job that she was hopeful would be nice, because it was working at the YMCA and, like, the office area. I think she was doing accounting or something in there. There's a lot of miserable people there, even a charity organization. And she hated going in every day. She said, like, the people are miserable. Everybody's miserable. And why am I doing it? I go in to do it every day so that I can make money to pay my mortgage, so that I can cut the grass and maintain the house on the weekends, and then do it all again during the week. Like, I don't know, Mom. You're older than me. You should know. So she said, I'm not doing it anymore. That's it. I'm going to sell the house. I'm going to quit my job. Okay? She's Queen of Wands too, right? So she's an Aries full of Sagittarius. And she sold the house. She didn't quit her job yet. She kept that money coming in. She sold the house, and then she went somewhere and just rented for a bit. I don't have to look after anything. I'm going to think about what I want to do with my life. Okay. And then we went up north to where I'd spent most of my time as a child. And it's like, I'm going to move up there. I'm going to do it. Like, it's pretty far, Mom. No, I don't care. It's where I want to go. My people are there. Okay. So she took all her money from the house that she sold. She quit the job, and she went up there, and she did this and she did that. And it was just, and she rented a place because she didn't know where she wanted to. She was literally letting the universe and her intuition guide her. And you would have looked at her and said, she's freaking crazy. She's got a home. She's got a solid job. She's got benefits with it. Like, you know, I mean, it's just miserable. We're all miserable. Why are you trying for more? I don't know, I think she was about a year and a half up there. And she was doing charity work as well as small jobs here and there. And she went to a big community picnic. And out of the blue, out of nowhere, is where my stepdad, God rest his soul, saw her. He saw her. And he vowed that that was the woman for him. His previous wife had died 2 years prior. And I think it was like love at first sight for him. He just, like, stood over heels over my mom. I'm going to say. In that neighborhood, there aren't a lot of people like my mom. It was like a glowing rose. And yeah. And she ended up living on the river, living a beautiful life. She found her soulmate. It's like, I'm just saying this because I feel like that's what I need to say here. Because there are times when you try to use your logic to tell yourself what you should do. So, your strength is the 9 of Diamonds. Upcoming expenses, repairs, bills, or large purchases. What the fuck? Why are you doing it? That's what I feel like this is, your strength. Everything I just talked about, it just came out in this 9 of Diamonds. Why are you doing it? Are you going to work every day doing something that maybe you don't like anymore? Are you doing something that you don't like anymore, but you feel like you have to do it? You're supposed to do it. You know what? I got expenses. I got to put a new roof on the house. You sound just like my mom before she had that clarity that, why am I doing this? Life is too short. Why? I don't know. I'm just saying. The future is the 6 of Pentacles. You're going to be stubborn. The 4 of Pentacles, sorry. The 10 of Diamonds, wonderful, big financial success coming. I think if you use your intuition, I think you are meant to use your intuition. This is really interesting because you're getting a 10 of Pentacles right where my collective reading got it. In like a few hours ago, I did a collective reading and they got the 10 of Pentacles there. And then when I was doing the extended for Virgo, which was just before you, at some point, like looking back at the YouTube reading, it was almost like I saw that collective reading, like it became transparent and I saw it sitting over top their YouTube reading. And I saw the 2 of Pentacles at the past, which was where it came out in the collective reading. So I feel like all your energies are in that and they're here. But it's really important to use your intuition because I don't want to say either that she didn't get the 10 of, but she got the 10 of Pentacles and more. She got the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. She got it all. So your guidance, disparity between winners and losers. There's certain things that you're meant to walk away from because they don't serve you anymore. The 9 of Hearts, wishing for more, wanting a baby or taking a relationship to the next level. I really feel like wishing for more. Wanting for more of this life. This 9 to 5 grind. Wow, guys, this reading is really deep. This too connects to me to the channeled message on my other channel where I talked about sort of receiving the message about, you know, like looking at script and just reading the lines and not realizing that the answers are all the gaps between the lines. All the spaces between the lines is where the answer is. And then I got like this, looking at mathematical equation, 1 + 2 = question mark. We're always looking for what the question mark is. And I heard like, you can't add 1 + 2. It needs to be 1 + 1, 2 + 2, 3 + 3. But really, I mean, the whole point in that was, I mean, maybe there's something there mathematical, but to me, the point in that was, it's not so much the answer that you're trying to get. It's making sure you have the right elements in your question. What is the question for yourself? What do you really want? There we go. Need to know the 6 of Cups. The Queen of Diamonds. A sophisticated woman who loves to party and gossip. What is it? She may be jealous of you. Be careful. Danger from a so-called friend. This is an interesting card. Okay, so I remember when I was writing this stuff down for this Queen of Diamonds. This is a really, okay. I kind of feel like linking this with what you need to know and the 6 of Cups is that sometimes things that are like really shiny and attractive and sought after aren't necessarily the healthiest things. And I just saying that in terms of, you know, this is particularly, I want to say, actually no, it could be for both masculine and feminine, like, and whatever you tend to be attracted to, whether it's masculine or feminine, because a lot of feminine energy can be attracted to the masculine in power, or the masculine with expensive car, or like, you know, all that shiny bling bling stuff. But at the end of the day, is it soulmate based? Is it something that comes from the soul, from the heart? And as well for masculine. Masculine can be like, you know, the, what do you call it? Like looking for the arm candy, or why can't I get the words? The, you know, like the prized spouse or whatever. Like it's something deeper here, because you may have in the past ended up with this kind of an energy of, you may be out with sophisticated people. They love to party. They're a good time. But you know what? Maybe they gossip a lot. Maybe they spend more time looking at other people's problems instead of their own. Danger from a so-called friend. I feel like this person too, she may be jealous of you. Be careful. I feel like these are the kind of gossipy things that this person could say. The Cartomancy is really interesting. This is a deep reading. I kind of feel like some of you are on the cusp of like kind of sitting where my mom was years and years ago. Asking yourself, like, what is this? What the hell is the point of all this? This is kind of like that eat, pray, love energy. Why? I just want to experience life. I just want to smell and taste and experience the beauty in life. I want to feel alive. All right. So, hopes and fears, the Two of Swords. Jack of Diamonds. Someone who will be the bearer of bad news. This is interesting because the Jack of Diamonds goes with the Queen of Diamonds. You know, it's interesting. You got the Jack of Diamonds, the Queen of Diamonds, the King of Diamonds. I like to think of diamonds as swords. And I know that I believe they're more like pentacles, but to me, diamonds are the hardest object, and they're used to cut things that most things can't cut. So I like to think of it like it can cut through stuff that other things don't cut through, and that's what sword energy does in the tarot. So you're in a decision here about how you make your choices, not making wrong choices again. I think that the key to not making the wrong choices is believing in your intuition and believing in yourself. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't mean that you're going to choose to do something that's not going to make you kind of scared. Because I don't think if you're not afraid sometimes, you're not really alive. But obviously don't do something completely stupid and reckless. You know, like my mom didn't sell her house and quit her job. Like she did, you know, one thing at a time, and then kind of made a plan and allowed it to flow. The outcome is the Devil. You got a good one. You got the King of Clubs. A man of integrity who is a generous and loyal friend. The Devil is in the details too. The Devil is in the details. And the details are what we usually acquire through our mind. Oh, I feel like in the past, you were picking pretty little diamonds. Things that looked really good on the surface, projected a certain image, but you're like totally outgrown that and you're stuck in it. Or you're not stuck in it. You're feeling planted in it. But you definitely have the key to free yourself here. What's at the bottom? The Five of Diamonds. Financial change coming, exclamation mark. Could be positive, new job, or negative, unexpected expenses. It could be either, and I think that's up to you. Libra, that was quite a reading. I know. Every time I do these with the Cartomancy, I kind of half expect a whole bunch of people to go, "Are you crazy, Cynthia?" But then people say it's resonating, so there you go. That is just a really deep, explorative experience, Libra. I'm going to go do the extended and see what we can get out of there. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.